pressure coming into it. They've also just lost their IG. You know, it's a very, very weird situation right now for the fellas. But we'll see if they can tap into, you know, that explosiveness and that impressive approach that they had to the game for a couple of major cycles there, especially back towards Go. Sinners at the same time. It feels like the right time for this team, doesn't it? You know, the way that they've been playing recently to bag themselves another Pro League spot and maybe take a few scalps once again. They look pretty good the last time they were there, and I know that Oscar will want to get on LAN against the big boys, just like the old days.
Got to be said, it would be hilarious if the second they lose the organization, if B&E are able to qualify to a big LAN once again. That would really just be quite a funny little narrative, little story. Really showcasing kind of the curse that we all talk about of them with the second they get an organization, things didn't go well. But we're on the way. Scissors are going to be starting on that T side. B&E on the CT side. First time they've been able to play in a fairly decent event like this in a while. It's been a hot minute.
It's true. It is true.
Snopsy is here as well, just a heads up. So,
yes, kind of interesting.
Debo is in the server rather than Rigon.
Yep. Little interesting. I could have sworn as well I read that, you know, Rigon had been dropped. We'll hold the point. However, as there's a quick little 1-for-1 in towards that B bomb site. This is a bit weird, isn't it? The CTs have managed to get themselves sandwiched in between, trying to deny that bomb a path towards the B bomb site. Going wild through the smoke. Doesn't quite work out for them. Sinners will indeed take that pistol. But yeah, I think Rigon had sort of been dropped at one point when they just got dropped by the org. You know, he got like removed. So, you know, there's some interesting moves going around. At the same time, they're again in a position where it's like, okay, we gotta do what we gotta do, I suppose. And, you know, we need to field a team for these tournaments and whatnot. I think they are ultimately just waiting for the player break, and then we'll see what happens. You know, are they going to get broken up for the first time since their inception, it feels like, you know, since the Blink days, or are they going to try and, you know, just bounce back and rebuild?
Debo. Ooh, gets close with the deagle shot. Step away. Debo is somebody that I've actually caught from the domestic scene who actually is pretty decent. I think, you know, there's always that conversation about can B&E make changes. He was the kind of player, one of the only ones that I would really look towards. Him, Dementor as well, who had a decent stint for a while. There's a couple of names you can bring up. Too High, great IGL, in all fairness. So B&E are looking for an IGL. He's probably somebody that I would keep an eye on. I think he's currently just been signed to Ents Academy, Too High. But Gucci Academy was a really decent player, in all fairness, coming through FPL. A very rare kind of young IGL. So there is a little bit of talent in the Kosovan region, but it's not as fully kind of fleshed out as maybe the Danish or the Swedish or even Polish, I guess, to a degree. Sinners, our first one on the board. He was forced by back in for B&E, and so far not so good.
Oh, B-Stick! Gotta be careful here. They're getting caught. Yeah, it's generally all good, but we'll see. A bit messy. No one able to pop off. No one able to be that difference maker, though. So, looks all good. Oscar finding that final kill. Still, damage always going to be good. And I think the rifle that got dropped wasn't actually recovered there. So maybe a little oversight from the Sinners. It ends up being kind of costly, but then they should have a freebie of a round here. So, recovery and money making is obviously what they're all about right now.
Well, 2-0 start. Nice and simple. Nice and easy. Can we see, though, this B&E side responding kind? Of course, this was not the round for it with their money a little bit lesser off. The Eagle shot does get a body shot onto Oscar, but not enough for the kill. Nade half wall. Debo going to get one as well. He's sticking around for the fight. As they posted on the angle, Mac 10 going to be picked up as Beastic wants to try and reclaim some space, but not a bad opener for B&E to take.
Oscar. I think he maybe expected a little more, and GXX actually plays the bait game pretty well there. So numbers do favor B&E still. And they're banking on a B hit. I kind of fancy them for this, you know. If the bomb does end up B, Sinners obviously buying themselves a fair amount of time and just hoping to catch some aggression, as you would expect in a round like this. It's not actually happening. But the longer they wait, the more likely it is. Big
Ooh.
find. With GXX going down, they might look towards A, and I think that is going to be the case. So, yeah, unfortunately, the BNE B stack is not going to see the light of day.
No, it's obviously going to really lock it in place. But hey, keep on a couple of the Eagles. You're not going to say no to that at all. But yeah, this round is concluded. It will be the bomb coming down over towards A, and that is it. The next buy-in for BNE is big, though. You know, we look at this, and you have to see maybe what things are going to look like. Yesterday, just to bring it back while we've got some time, right? Yesterday, 1 and 5 CT side force buys converted. Today, 0 and 1. So we can just add to the tally. Let's go 1 and 6. This one, of course, the round prior didn't work out. So 1 and 6 so far. It is a point of contention that I'm going to continue to bring up. They are going to look for fights at the tail end, though. They're going to have a buy next round anyway, so I don't really blame them for it. Especially if there's any guns to pick up too, they won't say no, but I don't think it's going to be the case, really. Any shots in the tail end, they might swing in towards Big Pit and try and catch anybody on the tail end here. The bomb is planted a little bit further away, so it gives them some room to work with. Those body shots, yeah, Mariska's going to go down. Surely going to go down to the bomb, and he will. So, center he falls, but at least he takes Mariska before he drops, which is okay. And Beasting was looking for that AK, but he couldn't find it. Either way, Sinner's 3-0 art. That's really all that matters. A little bit of econ damage at the tail end. You're not going to say no to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see here if BNE can capitalize, right? That's obviously the big thing here. Bit of money made with that frag in the end. And yeah, I think the AK gets blasted because Mariska died just before the bomb went off.
Yeah, it might have flown
You know what I mean?
to...
Yeah, so if
Just
he'd
the middle
gone
of
down
nowhere.
to the bomb, it probably just drops on the ground. So that's kind of an interesting little nuance to that move there. Could make all the difference. I mean, there was 3 rounds in it for Sinners, apparently. So little things like that. You never know how big of an effect they will have. Debo finds a easy frag. Scenari finding another. Banana fully secured. No real trade back of anything. Not even damage. Maybe a heavy cost of utility, but Sinners does not look good here for them in round 4.
Ashki finds out flat trope. Oskar low this round doesn't really feel... He's got a lot of legs behind it. I say that. Hang on a second. Look at the gap in. No, mate, gonna get caught in transition as Shot was just looking to shot. Majki gonna line up 2. Okay, round on, maybe, potentially. As he swings to try and find more, but Seneri will deliver. 1v2, and Oskar, they can hear him as well. That's probably this round already done before it starts in this 1v2.
Yeah, I mean, a good try. Certainly a good try from Majki. Just needed maybe even just one player supporting him. What is Oskar doing here? Back in the tunnels. Trying to catch somebody off. Oh, with the timing. Been spotted and he was facing the wrong way, so Scenari gets an easy drop. Still, damage done. Sinners... Oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, this is it. With how close a couple of those rounds came on the conversions, they don't quite have enough money. Might even have been an argument for Oskar saving, to be fair. Either way, down the middle for them, so be any good chance for them to close this gap.
I mean, if Oskar saved, they could have bought in here, but it's also the other side of... Do you try and hope for a 1v2? I mean, Oskar, we know he's got it in the locker, but with how low he was, right? It was tough. Very, very tough. First run on the board for BNE. That is huge for them. If they can start to chain these together, we can start to talk about something. And I'll pop through that smoke. It'll come down from Debo. Wants to play behind this. 1. 2 just about to his name as he pulls out the pistol. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. But Debo's still sticking around for the fight. And that is nearly B open. There's one more to meet them. As Synopsy comes around for the fight. And he'll find it.
Lovely flash. Really good find from him. Slows them down. Gets a kill. You know, they had the momentum in their favor. They just smoked CT. Those types of plays can go south, but for Synopsy it works out. Quick rotation round from one flat trope. Such a great name. The storied name on this team. And he's going to look to add to it, I suppose, by finding both of these. All by himself, he will confirm the location of the bomb. And, oh, nearly in. Surely done enough, though, right? Shock, half HP. Plenty of time to get the bomb down, my friend. He's expecting a cheeky run out, but not going to happen. They are quite far away. Certainly further than it looks like he was ever expecting. And now he's, well, stuck in a rut. That's a swing. Oh, my goodness. Synopsy, where is he coming from is now the guessing game for Shock. Quietly up short. Not expecting them to be split here. Shock will just keep on faking, but it does not matter. He is not expecting Synopsy. After the cleanest frag of the game so far, he just could not get the guessing game right.
I don't know if he was given information there of, oh, he has to be coming from long or something, but he really committed that angle. You know, tap and peek, and he never even once had the thought of, maybe he could be Balg, maybe he could be short. And I feel like I get to a point where you're like, should I even check, you know, the other way? But it doesn't. Being a skin of their teeth type stuff will get a second on the board, but made to work for that. Going down to just the last will, of course, keep that seated economy in a little bit of a rough spot, hence why the double MP9s come through. Yuto in hand, oh my god, how has Oscar got away with a kill there? Yuto in hand, but Juan Flacho just fluffs his lines.
Yeah, it's a little rough. That is a little rough for B&E. Feel like maybe there's been enough traded back. We'll see. They're stacking out towards A, ultimately. No catch happens for the player in apartments. A little bit of a retake of short here, trying to get a kill back. GXX misses the shot, lucky to be alive.
Shock. Breaks quickly. Oh, goes a little quiet as well. Beestick and Oscar both lows. The MP9s do offer up a threat, but Magically going to find yet one more. This round feels like it might be done already, but they're actually hightailing it towards B.
Or are they? This is Inferno, my friend. Nothing is ever set in stone. And, well, the committal from BNE might just work out. We'll see. Magically is, yeah, chilling out on balcony. Never in a million years are you going to expect him to just be hanging out. Should be a save hit. GXX, yeah, gets an opportunity, but like it's not really there. And Oscar tracking him. So GXX going to have to fight his way out if he wants to save this one. Meanwhile, Scenari just kind of sticking around, trying to make some cash on the MP9, but the round will drop Sinners back in, and they hold on to their lead.
GXX, he might not even survive here as well. He's being pincered. We'll get warm, and he goes straight into the CT player, and there's where Magically will deliver. So, our first kind of true response, I guess you could say, out of Sinners, where that gun round goes successfully. They, yeah, take a bit of damage in terms of the econ again themselves. It's not being built up comfortably just yet. It's kind of back and forth, but it still is Sinners who are winning the better rounds. That's probably the way to put it. The more important ones. At least for now. B&E. Not convinced of what I've seen just yet. I think kind of expected, right, for a side. They probably aren't doing as much prac work anymore, but look a little loose in terms of the way they're approaching things. I'll flash in here towards top mid, and sadly, when they swing around, nobody's there. It might even give Oscar a couple of freebies as well.
No one really moving. It's going to be one of those types of rounds, isn't it? A very slow affair. But these are the ones in the middle that, you know, Sinners don't really want to be dropping. Oscar. Oh, he will open up. It's only one, though. So you do have to be kind of wary. They're going to all move in to defend that AWP as best they possibly can. But yeah, BNE will be happy with any kinds of kills, I suppose.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue here, but they're at least going towards B, which does feel right. Pop flash through that smoke. Synopsy still going aggro, but he goes straight into his demise. So Celery, the last man here. This round is, well, it was a non-starter. The AWP has been recollected as well, so nothing to worry about as Mariska swings in with the Glock to see it off. And that's going to be Sinners finding a fairly decent fifth hit. Of course, this is a Sinners map pick in one of the more boring vetoes of all time. And so far, so good for them. 3-round buffers over. Back into the investment for B&E. Dabo can only wield the MP9. He wants to prioritize utility. Let's see what we've got to work with. I think at the moment, this B&E side, I'm looking a little worried. They're getting caught off guard. They're just a little bit overzealous in terms of some of these fights. They're kind of relying on the individuals a bit too much, which always was the B&E style of play, but they still had the fundamental idea behind it. At the moment, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is when you're leaning on the individuals, you know, you have to be in a really good spot. Everything's got to be super tight, like the comms especially, and I think that they'll be in a position where things are a bit shaky. GXX kind of proves my point. Not that 110 or even 120% mechanical skill that you're trying to push things to. Beastic on the other side of things looks absolutely fantastic. Magkey with a quick catch. And that's the round. There's not much to it. You know, that's an Inferno round done in a minute, which is kind of wild. Really simple. Getting the smokes out, taking the fights. Sinners are not having to dig super deep. You know, B&E are not making them work at all. And also, like, why is Bloke not saving?
It's true. There's a big question
I
there.
get it's an MP9. I understand, but it's like, it's just sort of a baseline of where we're at, is that you should be saving in this situation. You know, try and make the MP9 do something in the next round rather than, at best, getting one kill. You know, it's really strange.
Yeah, I know. I think maybe he was hoping for an upgrade, potentially, but there wasn't M4 down that he could probably picked up, quote-unquote, safely. I don't know. Weird. They would definitely love an MP9 here, but they're going to have just that one M4. Scenery! Oh, they don't even have the M4. Ah, that is tough, man. That is tough. I think now for B&E, they're in a real tough spot. You're looking at kind of a minimal investment again once here. You're looking at probably Sinners finding 7 already on the T side of Inferno. Everything is kind of ticking the boxes for Sinners, taking a very comfortable map number 1. Really hasn't been a lot on offer. Gives me too much hope for them right now. Nade stack, though. If Oscar took any pop shots at any point there, he would have got a kill, but they're going to get a double opener. Oh, hang on a second.
This could get a little freaky. Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, I was going
I
to say.
We've
I
had
think we've had a little freeze up, had a little crash up, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like,
hoping.
you know, it does happen, unfortunately, and it would seem server is back. Sinners grabbed it. All good, no worries. Yeah, I'm sure it was a bloodbath. You know how they look, folks. Sorry about that, but you know, it's not our fault.
It was only,
at the end of the day,
it was only a pistol round, right? So
this is true. It's going to happen at any point. You know, one of the less impactful rounds.
Exactly. I'll take it. Either way, Sinners, like we said, up to 7. Pretty good. Synopsy sitting behind. The Molly will get 1. Arm spotter, swing at the corner, but Shocker respected a fall away. Doesn't want to fall away. Magkey did. Oh my god. Shock. 1-for-1 with Debo there. Shock is now going to try and go through this smoke. Potentially could get a timing.
Or not quite. Looking good. BNE back with a bit of a vengeance. I mean, Sinners again playing things very, very quickly. And it just doesn't work out in this one. Oskar and B-Stick looking to remain in the action. See what Oskar can find on the AWP especially. Chance was there. His reaction's just not quite fast enough. He's only maybe quarter of a second in it. You know, it's not a lot, but could have made a difference here.
2v4. A tough one to convert. Goes without saying. Oscar's AWP has to get real active. 30 seconds. Moto Smoke going to come forward. Debo could catch a timing because the backs are turned. Holding. Yeah, Debo will get caught. But the AWP of GXX can post up. One of his own. One flatcher will see it off. BNE, that's a good round. A conclusive round taken with only 2 casualties. I love that. Every day of the week. good little spot where at least now they can make something at the tail end of this half. They can get up towards 5. Absolutely, the conversation is still there. 8-4, potentially, but a little slimmer. 7-5 is a very doable first half of Counter-Strike, especially when they started quite slow in the gun round. So, game's still on here.
Alrighty. Scenario with the deep nade. Good damage. Morisco, however, leading the charge. Goodness me. That's very confident and very successful at the end of the day. Apartments pressure from BNE. Got to do something with this, I would feel, but also don't want to be the next player to go down. So maybe it is just that passive hold. Difficult to say, but Sinners finding that first kill allows them to rest a little and revisit the ideas that they have.
Gotta pump the brakes, I think, to a degree. They don't need to rush things. They got a minute 10 to work with. They want to head back towards B, but the bomb isn't committed. This is the big thing. So they can have a look in. They can make all this noise. It doesn't really matter. Snake could do a good chunk, to be fair. Unlucky for one flash show. Chunk down to 50. But Snopsy getting active. So they're going to gain information here, which is the main thing.
Yeah, for sure. They might be able to indeed do something with that. He's looking to get in behind with good timing as well. It's being half-watched, but Magiki maybe not the most disciplined with it in that sense. He's going to get, a good sense. Finds one. Oh, and Oscar with the swing back. Instead of joining the pack forwards, not only does he go down, it weakens up the attack onto B, and I think it just kind of crumbles a little bit, right? Comms talking over each other, I would imagine. Half the team trying to hit B, half the team trying to get that flanker. So BNE, all-important 4th round. Gives them, at the very least, a serviceable half here.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, from which you look at that economy over towards Sinners, and it has taken a bit of a hit. Lack of bomb plants and all that in that previous round will mean that... Imagine only got a Tech 9, bless him. Tech 9 armor. Bit of util to wield, but that is about it. Tough round. It's probably safe to say 4 Sinners coming up here. At least Oscar's got his ult, but he hasn't been as proactive with it as usual. Can be a little tough to try and make these ones work. Head in the corner for that smoke. Not going to be found. Smoke goes deep from Senori, but up close. Mariska trying to get a timing. Might just do so. Hot flash round, and it might work, but he doesn't swing off the back of it. Will do. Second time of asking. Gets one and spots a second falling away.
Synopsy, big find from him, however. Oh, Shock is the next man in, though. They don't expect 2 in the same place. Lovely little bait and switch. Juan Flatro up top has now been spotted. So a good amount of information as well as that ascendancy for the Sinners. What are we doing from here? It looks like a, apartments play for them. Synopsy pushing down. Oh, should have had that one. A little panicked. Crosshair just gets shaky. Not fully firm on the mouse, and I think that will do it. Scenario, of course, is going to give this his best go, but he's got 4 to find all by himself.
Yeah, this is tough. I thought there was a chance, really, for BNE to get that 5th on the board, to maybe make things work, but yeah, this one's not going to happen, is it? One is low, and then a Morisco, but 1v4 is asking just a little bit too much for my liking. Nicely spotted too. Dead man walking. Oscar sees it off, and just like that, 8-4 at the turn of the half. Not bad for Sinners. Obviously, they can continue it after the break.
Making magic when they need it most.
Welcome back in, folks. Second half getting underway here. Sinners with a pretty solid performance. You know, B&E with a couple of sporadic rounds in there, but nothing super deep. And Sinners really testing the mettle of B&E, I think, with a few very fast rounds for Inferno. And that was generally where they fell flat. So we'll see. T-side switch up might be something that B&E need, you know, deciding where the fights go down. Getting a bit scrappy, we'll find out. They're going to go running through this smoke here. And the Julies come alive for 2. Make it 3. Oh, and for just a second, you thought he could get a bit more. Still, only 2 remaining here on the B&E side of things. Definitely workable. Bomb goes down, no kit available. But they're going to need to defy the odds.
It's worth giving the retake a go in this instance, but 1 for 1. Shock. We'll find Synopsy. It's all down to one Flatcho. Has to go huge here. Quad clutch needed. And I go and play over towards Quad. Back at the side, baiting in the fights. Time is ticking as well. Shock swing, but one Flatcho fine. Has to reload. He's being chased down as well. And one Flatcho's going to win it out. Oh, what a clutch. Rolling it back. One Flatcho, who was an animal over the last few years, has found that form in this pistol once again. B&E find the first round of the second half.
Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. I mean, exactly what they needed, like you say. Very, very curious here if they can just take over in this second half. But at the very least, they show us what they are made of and that they've still got it. Going to be a force buy out here from the Sinners. An M4 for Shock. Fair enough. MP9 for Matty. Fair enough. Nova for Oscar. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. We'll see if he can make it work, but the Nova lets me down, man. Honestly, it is... I would have preferred maybe a mag, but maybe in the hands of a master like Oscar. I do seem to remember him being a bit of a merchant of the auto shotgun back in the day as well. Not quite as rewarding these days, so maybe he knows something that we do not. But, unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to get to see the light of day, because they are barreling this B-bomb site and looking good while doing so. Marisco trying to keep the dream alive, potentially, but even then, you know, you lose control of the site. Are you going to want to retake it? Depends if Marisco can get another one here. Not quite. Nearly set up Synopsy. This is the moment, though. Can Shock with this M4 make something happen, or is it Oscar on the shotgun? He comes close. The pellets spread. No further kills for him, and they will all fall in the end.
That was pretty aggro. Pretty aggro. There was B&E were arguably over fighting, but doesn't matter. In the end, they win it. And of course, being that on a force buy. Now 1 for 7. CT side force buys into the failures. Keeping my tabs here. Another one doesn't go well. This is now a 2-round game. Opened up. This one's a bit of a given, may I say, is you look at this in the side, I haven't got really got anything to bring to the table. A couple of upgrades, bit of util, and the one thing they're relying off is a gap of stacks. Obviously go through the flames there, fight in the open towards pool. It's an easy. Just get traded either.
Synopsy walking in here could be a little dangerous. But he will take his time. That might just be the recipe for success. Spam is successful against the unarmored opponent there. Not a single kill coming in for the Sinners. So this rifle round has got to lay down the law from the CT side, I would say, because it's B&E all the way right now.
It's true. It is true. B&E. I mean, this is actually where B&E do their best work. It always has been. We're talking about T sides of B&E. This is where this side are one of the scariest, right? Back when they were kind of at their peak and looking so good, it was all about T sides out from them. Very aggro in your face. They like to step up and kind of change those tempos on the fly, and it's fun to watch. Individually based, but you give them AKs and they will rip some heads. Once again, let's go a little bit quicker here, but this time met with a util. Devo and Synopsy taking some serious chunks, and Briscoe will find the first piece. Traded out immediately by Devo, which will take every day of the week.
A revisit for B&E then. They are still going to look towards this B-bomb site while it remains a bit weak, and B-stick Falling upon any support. Goes in for a dry swing by himself. My guy, that is aggressive. You know, they really were not expecting the team to be there, I think is what that tells me. And yeah, bomb goes down, no kit, AWP. You got one flash. I think you just save here if you're Sinners, to be honest. Maybe you get something a bit lucky, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen, man.
Hoping for it. Especially with a... Oh! Well, I'm going to say especially with an AWP on a retake, but maybe now we are having a little conversation. The one thing they don't have is a kit. One thing they need as well, that's the AWP down. You've got to pick it up. Oh, they can't. GXX will actually be the one to collect it. Even if he dies as well, it doesn't really matter. They're sticking around. They're trying to make it expensive, which they are. In all fairness, GXX going to get his. And he might actually just get away with this whole AWP as well. Oh my god, he will. Fair play. Round 1, which is sick for BNE, but also the AWP save 2. Absolute cherry on top situation. All bad news, Eagles. Beautiful work. And you look at Sinners, and you got to say as well, this game rapidly slipping away from them.
Yeah, man. This is it, though. This is the BNE that, you know, we knew. I honestly, I didn't get to really cast them very much while they were under the guild banner. But I know that, you know, yeah, it kind of dropped for sure. I mean, they were in a poor run of form before they got picked up. That was sort of my punditry on it, was like, yeah, I don't know about this one. And, you know, it's not very often I'm right. But so far, I mean, I'm a little bit 2 for 2. I also called Cloud9 imploding into CS2. So that's all I'm saying. But we'll see. Is it going to be a resurgence for BNE here? At the moment, not looking too good, to be honest. They burst out middle and yeah, just doesn't really seem to have a solid plan behind it. The half buy here of Sinners actually looking pretty good. Scenarii bested by the Entourage. And Sinners, as soon as they lose it, will take their lead back.
Okay. Well, this game is going back and forth. It really is opening up here. Scrappy, little round just there, but that is kind of the way BNE are. It's kind of the two sides of the sword of where it can be your best friend and kind of your worst enemy. These really uncomfortable rounds at times, but back into the investment is all that matters. All picked up both ways. Oskar wheels his once again. Checks will reinvest. What a damage there. One flash was lucky. That nade might see him off. In fact, just when he takes a bit of chip damage, and he's still going forward, despite how low he is. Debo will get caught. Marisco trying to get away, and he will. No trade there. One flatcher will fall as well, and this is where maybe BNE going quick, going aggro, now start to work against them, because Sinners, they've adapted.
Slow roll here. Oskar on that AWP, looking to hammer this one in. Scenarii trying to be a hero. Not sure you should do it, my friend. Oh, the trigger discipline from Oskar is so sound. That might just be enough. GXX not quite fast enough. Surely gets traded out. Indeed he does. Fight down middle is a little laborsome for both parties there. Synopsy does manage to survive. You know, an entire team to find by himself. Not going to happen. Double digits for Sinners. Starting to lock this one in. Would be generally good for them. Obviously got that D2 as the decider, but this one is their pick. Moving into Mirage, it'd be nice to have the confidence as well, you know, and be like, okay, it's a map that we're okay on. It's a map that they're okay on, but the upper hand is ours. You know, that's kind of the energy that they're trying to find here.
Oh, expecting a loss, and obviously they're away. I mean, I've actually got half armor too, so Synopsy is the fort. At the very least, they can kind of continue passing the parcel a bit. Going towards apartments. Bit of a move can start to be made here, but I don't really know how much to expect out of this round, to be perfectly honest. Oh, Flash is good though, but Majki will bail out Oskar, but GXX swings him with an eagle and finds his head.
Nasty. Pretty nasty indeed. We'll see. BNE might have given themselves some space to work with here. It looks like they want to move into CT kind of, but not entirely. Oh, I don't know, man. All rushing through the smoke. They will get the trade out, but Beastic is here, ready to just mow them down, and he's going to do just that. Lovely stuff for number 11.
Oh, my. Yeah, this is good. Really is. I think now this is where Sinner's going to just start to see these rounds over the board nice and easily. And no real issues, all in all. I mean, for B&E, this last gun round is basically the make or break for them. You lose this, and sadly, we have to say goodbye. Win it, there's the chance. Once again, open the doors a little bit, but there's so much long-term economy for Sinners. That's the big thing for me. Never really going to feel uncomfortable. Double nade stack coming through, but they avoid it. Oh my god, how was Oscar got away alive? How wasn't GXX found that kill?
Mental, absolutely mental. I mean, B&E, again, there is maybe an energy here that it's like you have to feel for them ever so slightly. These past few rounds, for sure, they've had a few timings go against them. I don't know, it's similar to when we were watching Aurora, man. You're just not quite on it. You're going to create more opportunities for the timing to work against you, you know? You're obviously in a game where you can indeed create your own luck up to a certain extent. Speaking of, they might just have found a little bit of a drop here. Beastic goes unchecked. I'm a little flabbergasted, but, you know, they do get the trade, they do get the bomb plant. And it's just a case of having that man down. We'll see. Shock holding in the church just to make sure that they are contained in the bomb site. They will eventually have to push this, and Devo going to have to defy the odds. Spots out one. It's a bit too much. Very, very well played there. In towards church, stacking on top of each other, taking their time and baiting Bad News Eagles into the fights. Really well done.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. And that will probably spell the beginning of the end here, sadly. I mean, for B&E, actually kind of a valiant effort at the start of this half, but it did fall away. I mean, at times for B&E, the one thing that has let them down a little bit is they can be a bit of a one-trick. And I think for Sinners, they just, like we said, adapted, right? They realized that B&E are going to start these fights early. So it's kind of the way you got to do it is, you know, guns up in the early 30 seconds, things go quiet, that's when you can drop your utility. Sinners are kind of realizing where they're finding those gaps in the armor, I guess, for that T side. We did expect things to be a little looser towards B&E too, right? I mean, not really how much practice sides actually had. They played a LAN recently, but are they scrimming? Are they pracking? Server work, all the rest? I don't know, I doubt it. Synopsy probably focusing on the new team. Post LAN and all the rest, but who knows? Demo, we'll find the first. Not over just yet, but a couple of rounds in a row. GXX swings to find, but Oscar will deliver him in the trade.
Synopsy, however, keeping things in favor. Oh, of B&E quite heavily. Lovely shots. Back up against the wall, and maybe B&E buy themselves some solid time here. Beastic just going to save. That'll be the round. So, indeed, we extend play. Difficult. Very, very difficult for B&E. You know, the T side, it started so well, but just felt like it has dropped really quickly. I think they will be disappointed in themselves that they could not get their claws in at the end of the day. The Sinners, yeah, more complete package at the moment is the big difference.
Yeah. So Beastic, they'll keep all of the M4. The issue is I'm looking across the board. They should buy, which is fine. It's just, actually, can they buy with an AWP and the user? I think they probably will be okay. You know, Oscar's got 9k, but that's turned into what? 10 and a bit, yeah, 10.4, so it's doable. Spam on the corner there by Synopsy, but oh, Sakstarovsky gets pretty close, but doesn't matter. They can buy back in here. Is the big thing. Okay, Beastic could drop one out. Needed to. Oscar got plenty of money. Got number 2. He does a 1 as he picks up an AWP. It's good. It's fine. 3 more map points, forcing us to have on their own mapping. We're off the next. B&E's pick there at the similar style map to Inferno. Hit on the corner, does do a decent amount of damage. BC tried to run away there, but he got blocked by his teammate. Probably would have avoided the nades if it wasn't for him running into Morisco. respond with an 8 of their own, and Snopsy takes a decent tag.
Quiet roll here in towards this B execute, not wasting any lives is the goal. However, Morisco comes in at a good time, finds one, sets up another. He's low himself. Oh, and the nade will finish him off. B-stick hidden away. Player drops down next to him. Did they manage to get the spot? This is so weird right now, but B-stick still does get bested. 3 versus 3. A well-placed nade, a well-placed spray down could make a big, big difference here. Oskar has a full belt. Blow open the smoke. And Majki's the one to come in from the side as that coffin smoke goes down. Sceneri can save the game here. Can't quite get that kill cleanly. He's left on 5 HP. He's onto the AWP. Oh, you never know. Oh, 1v1. Shock. Gotta get this around the corner.
No.
And he can't. Sceneri on that AWP keeps the dream alive.
Oh, that's badly played from Shock, though. No two ways about it. Mate, you've got to swing in quicker for that trade. You've got to get up in his face. I mean, crab walking in towards an AWP regardless. It's always going to be into your demise. You've got to hope that he misses the flick, if anything. Ah, tough. Tough, but credit to Sceneri. Lovely little 1v3 with only 5 points of HP for the last 2 is kind of ridiculous. And now game is on. Sinners don't have a buy in this round, so probably getting the full 24 at the very least, if not some more at this rate.
Clean from Juan Vatro. Clean again.
Wow.
As I think he's done enough there, hasn't he, to really entry into this. I mean, again, you know, B&E, they just have these spikes of energy. Looks really, really good, and if this continues, we're definitely looking down the barrel of the overtime. Sinner's going to have to very much pick themselves up into the final round of regulation. He's making some cash, not long for the world with damage taken. Be nice to see a timeout here, maybe.
It's true.
You know, I think just sort of relax yourself moving into it. Maybe not even talking super deep about what you're going to do, but yeah, just getting into the right frame of mind.
I'm surprised they haven't called it. Coach Tom Keish. I don't think we've really seen many attack pauses at all, to be perfectly honest. Right in saying B&E aren't playing with Devil Walk. I know he obviously, when the team kind of disbanded, he left, but I'm not sure they brought him back temporarily to help out or anything of the sort, but my understanding is they haven't, so they maybe don't need that many attack pauses, but surprised Sinners are letting this kind of play out like this. Oh my god, GXX! I'm sure he didn't see him. There's no way. He didn't peer out of the smoke there. So you will get his kill on towards Majki.
Oh, no. Synopsy, though. Big find from him. Might just start to hammer in the overtime. We'll see. Oskar, he's still around. He's buying time for those rotations. He's ready with a Molotov. Gonna get it in.
This is...
Oh, yikes. Yeah.
Pretty low.
A little bit. Missed a little bit there. That's kind of an oversight. So not going to force the player off. Not going to do the damage that he was looking for ultimately. Maybe even, you know, bag a cheeky kill. And we have a late lurk here from Sceneri. So timer on this one from Sinners, as you would expect. No kit available, but the first one comes in.
Oh,
for B-stick. You've got to be joking. GXX making some kind of a sacrifice before this round. Looking for more, and he's going to get it. I think he has to pull off a reload. No, he doesn't. He's still got a bullet in the chamber, and it's got Oscar's name on it. Overtime here on Inferno.
I have to say, though, the big thing for me is, you know, credit at the end, there's a little bit of a fight, and honestly, a lot of luck. I mean, GXX, 2 kills there coming through the smoke where he sees absolutely no one. He takes a pop shot and he gets lucky. You can't really, you know, do anything about that. That's just is what it is. It happens. You have one of those rounds. But the big thing for me, and that happened this entirety of that second half, is that Sinners sort of dropped to the playstyle of B&E. Not honestly to the level, because B&E look very clean right now, but they fell into the traps. You can't go into a game against B&E, no matter if it's a B&E that aren't really together anymore and whatnot. You can't try and punt them, because this is their bread and butter. This is how they play Counter-Strike. You can't fight fire with fire when it comes towards B&E. That's how you lose. And Sinners are being baited into aim drills, being baited into this super loose and puggy style of play, which isn't Sinners. It's not the way that they play. And they're losing because of it. I'm so surprised. You know, you spoke about it a little earlier. Why aren't they calling attack pause? Why aren't they having a conversation? If they had set rounds, they beat B&E here. No bother. You know, no questions about it. But they're trying to fight them. They're trying to pug B&E. It's always going to lose you a game.
This is going crazy. Shock does take one Flatcher. They're going to know where he's at now, though. And there he goes to GXX. Yeah, Sinners have gotten down in the mud. And like you say, it's where B&E were born at the end of the day.
I mean,
so it swung pretty heavily in their favor. This is 5 in a row now as well from B&E.
Yeah, discipline is completely out the window now. You know, this is pretty dreadful. Sinners are letting this slip away. Majki. Oh, good luck saving that. Bot flash did miss, but he's still going to be hunted here. I think it's the right call. One. Oh my god, he's been able to reposition. Bot flash it. They should know he's over towards new box. I don't think they would have spotted them. Yeah, they're going to molly dark, and he hasn't been spotted. They're still hunting, and he will fall. So no orb save for you. But it is OT, so in the end, it doesn't really make too big of a difference. But yeah, all the discipline for Sinners is completely out the window now. It's tough to watch. They are letting this, you know, quite rapidly slip away. And credit to B&E. B&E are not, you know, they've absolutely realized now that Sinners they're on edge, they're feisty. I think maybe even a little bit tilted. The fact that they haven't closed this in regulation. So they're getting aggro and they're fighting them, and they are just winning. It's as simple as that. And Synopsys looked really, really good. 22 and 18. Debo's had his moments as well. Super talented youngster, and GXX, that tail end of the half was brilliant from him as well. Oh my god, B&E. They steal away this map. The game could be on, honestly.
Yeah, man, for sure. And, you know, you got to look at where, like, the energy will be. It's a big, big hit to take moving into your opponent's map pick when this one should have been yours. Even now, we might have a little bit of that trickling in, and that's why, you know, Sinners have fallen completely flat. And 5 left on the clock. What are we rolling into here, boys? Very, very quiet move. And not a lot from B&E. It's a complete change-up from them, in fact. They are just holding, chilling, looking for a late round move. It would appear onto the A-bomb site. But all the same, this is just not like them at all.
No, exactly. The corner, Majki can hit shots on. Shock will get caught. He's Majki good for one, but now he knows in towards mini pit. Oscar posted up with the orb. It's a devious little crossfire, but only good for one apiece. In towards library. Briscoe maybe even needs a little bit more as well. Molotov will come down, and bomb should go down too.
Yep, clean plan. Clean posts now as well. Yeah, with that smoke going down, I think they will have plenty of room. But a bit of a miscalculation from one Flatro. He wasn't ready for that fight, but he still wins it. Oh my goodness, what have they tapped into here, man? GXX in regulation. A little bit of Juan Flatcho in this round. B-stick, however, creeping out. Good timing from him. Plucked out of the air on the 360, checking all his angles. GXX will secure yet another round. Oh my, oh my. Insanity. 6 in a row now for B&E.
What am I watching? What am I watching? Sinners, again, at a rapid rate, just slipping apart. And this is, I mean, it is so deserved from B&E as well. You know, they're kind of living and dying by the sword, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Take fights, back yourself, win your aim tools. Simple as, and it's working. So I do not hate it. 2 for 2 in OT. Huge, huge grenade, though. That is a lot of damage. Everybody being tagged in some way, and some more than others, especially if you're Senori or Synopsy.
Oh my goodness. Synopsy, you speak of him. He will find an early one through the smoke B-stick with a bit of a trade back there in Banana. Lots of damage done to B&E. So, Sinners, although, you know, they're not quite going to recognize that, are they? But they have to convert. They really do. Where do we go from here, they say? And it's not an easy question to answer, unfortunately. They do seem to have lost some of their braggadociousness, I suppose, in these past couple of rounds. And maybe that's going to allow Sinners in here at the very tail end of the first half.
Oskar. Utah, pop flash over. Marisco didn't even need it though. In all fairness, they just win their aim jewels and they win more. Marisco, nice little ending. Fame individually 3 kills to his name, but Sinners are still playing catch up. The only thing that Sinners have to work with is now B&E going on towards the CT side, where it is a little bit weaker for the side. They definitely are heavily T side dependent at times, and they definitely look considerably better on the T side. For B&E, maybe now they've warmed up, might be a little better, but I don't know. This game is still a really weird one to call.
All right, let's see the swap over. Oh, they've not been here for a while. Oskar going absolutely wild through that smoke. Through the Molotov even. A little blow open though. Marisco ready for a trade back. Oh my goodness, it's carnage again now. The slow rounds are done. Sinners are like, right, we want to show you that we can lay it down as well. Shock with a big catch there onto Juan Flacho. Really opens up the round.
Centery. Oh my god, he goes for the smoke and he catches Shock. I mean, half of these fights don't make any sense, and they're working. Thing is, they've been baited into rotating back towards B, and the bomb stays A. Actually, good work there, has to be said, from Marisco. Molly and Magic swing for a fight. This round is done. It will be Sinners winning it out, unless there's something magical at the tail end for Debo, but he's gambled, he's called it wrong. Sinners look at an empty bomb site, and that will be the round itself. You could save here. Doesn't really matter if you give it a go either. Got plenty of money, but I think you'll probably end up trying to make it get an upgrade. You're actually going to get an AWP, so not the worst thing in the world to keep hold of. Sinners going to tie this game up, 14 apiece. This is as rogue as we kind of expected this second half of OT to look. Thought Century may have, a chance in a second as well, but not to be. Not this time at the very least. What a game we're getting, though. What a game.
Yeah, man, pressure is on. Pressure is on, and definitely what we wanted between these two teams. Both have so much to give, so much to prove. Sinners, as an organization, have always had these sort of tournaments or these moments in their life cycle where they have the resurgence in form, in ability. It often comes at a very good time for them. Really, really close as well for them to make it over the line. You're going to have people out there saying, should they really be here? They lost out on a head-to-head. It's obviously not their fault that the rules are the rules, but people will question it, that it's not as clear-cut as like a 3D Max, so they have to sort of prove that. And then, B&E on the other side of things. I mean, you guys all know out there what I'm going to say here, but they really do go deep, really do have passion for the game, and the fact this is, their way to break through and just live the perfect life, I suppose, for them at the end of the day. And all they want to do is play Counter-Strike at that high level, and it's been difficult the past year or so.
It has. It definitely has. Wait. Oskar taking an early tag here, but sticking around for the fight, looking for a bit of a boost above that smoke, but at least for now, not being given it. However, this fight might be one of those given 3-1. Swing! Oh, it's beautiful! Oh, B&E. GXX and Synopsy shell-shocked by that perfect peak.
That is Counter-Strike, baby, and that's exactly what you want to see. You're in the overtime. You are 28 rounds deep, 29 now. you know, you have to be able to pull out those perfect moments. Van Platro surely should have had that one. But at the very least, he creates a bit of space for, you know, his homeboys to burst through and confirm that it's unlikely to be A. Deep smoking at CT. Bomb going to join them. And Sinner's pulling no punches here. Wow, the smoke in underpass to just confirm a clean exit. This feels like it should be Sinner's round at this point. However, Debo going to get caught on the edge of the smoke, trying to stop them crossing. All onto Sineri. That smoke will fade, but there's an AWP to get through. And then 2 more players alongside it. He's got a kit. But he's spotted out early. Oscar had the angle on him. And that'll be 15. That'll be map point for Sinners.
My God. But again, right, this is a situation that they were in towards regulation. They couldn't quite do it. So, not fully sold just yet. But it goes back to what I was saying. It was great that B&E made a comeback. It's great that they put us in towards overtime, but it was off the back of T side. And that's where they do their best work. CT sides of B&E have always been a little bit weaker. I think Sinners, they've just played the long game to a degree. Found a round here in overtime. 2 things. Do we go to OC number 2? Oh, the Sinners see off their map pick with, you know, a hefty amount of work needed for it. I'm glad they haven't really kind of continued falling into the traps. Uh-oh, Seneri. Nade and a spam, and there's an opening double. So maybe another set of overtime might be needed here. And this is just map number 1 of the day, ladies and gents. We've got 3 best of 3s for you today. In the corner, GXX will make some noise, but he'll get out of it.
Looks like we're going to continue on play. We'll see. We still got Oscar in the mix. Still got Majki for me. You know, been one of the better looking players on the server. Super, super consistent throughout the game. Ever present. But a high fragging game overall, it has to be said. Wait. Are there going to be any presenting for Sinners in this round is, of course, what we ask. Synopsy. On the corner, I mean, he's going to get a solo peek into him. No, okay, wait. Majki playing it safe. Guns up, fellas. Get your gun out, bro. Oh, my goodness. Oscar just, yeah, bested. I mean, he is traded there, but confirms everything that Bad News Eagles need to know. Bomb and the location of the 2 remaining players. Not looking great. They won't fully send it on B here with the rotations, but they're very, very ready. Early swing. Majki catches it. This could get a bit interesting now. Synopsy going to be smoked off. Not much that he can do, but he's looking to just walk through. Oh, and look at the gap that he's found around that smoke. Beautiful stuff. More Counter-Strike here on Inferno.
Oh my God. And it all comes down to that double opener to start off this round as well. Seneri, nade and a spam puts him into an immediate 5v3. And, Sinners, that's another slip up from them. They've let things fall away in regulation. Now in overtime too, when they've had the chance to make things stick for them, it doesn't work. Alrighty. Game back on. B&E now going to try and find that same sort of form from the CT side that they had on to start OT number 1 on the T side. Who knows though? This has been a weird game of Counter-Strike, but at the same time, a great one coming through. In on the smoke, gonna peek behind it. GXX that's caught. Majki was just gone up, ready for the fight.
Oscar creeping round here. Trying to be the danger man. Oh, he's got a little cross. And he just about does it. I mean, weird little situation here. Is he going to get spammed down? No, not quite. Oh, my goodness. Oscar just being so annoying right now. And again, looking for the catch. Bit of spam, bit of a Molotov. Will get it done onto Synopsy. And Oscar, of course, is in at CT. Really well played. Fantastic finish out from him. And a great return round from the Sinners into our second bout of overtime.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Sinners, flawless. Talk about setting the tone, laying the gauntlet down as well. And B&E just caught a little bit off guard there. Nade on towards the smoke. Majki has gone up ready for the fight. He kickstarts things and they just barrel him forward. Simple fights, taking with ease, and before you know it, good little spot. And they put themselves in. 16-15. We can get at least 2 on the T side for Sinners. Once again, then we'd be talking. Oskar, oh my god, he's trying to catch them around the corner. He doesn't. GXX, do you repeat this? That's so risky. Don't think it's worth it. Majki gets a freebie as well, and already down to 3.
Solid look here. Juan Flatro will manage to get another, however. Or, well, the first, I should say, for BNE. It's short-lived. Sinners. Oh, solid. Marisco. Yeah, perfect. Not quite going to end the round, but he creates the parameters for it. 17-15 if they can get all 3 here, which, I mean, with the way that they've been going, it looks like they might just. If they can get all 3, they're in with a really, really solid chance of taking this here Inferno. What a slog. What a battle for these 2 teams.
It's been a seriously good game of Counter-Strike. And this is only map 1. Mirage is probably going to have very, very similar sort of vibes. And Dust2 might have been needed as well. 17-15. Final round of the half. Magic number we look for is 19 for those who are new around here in the OOT territories. Team Molly, swing in the corner. Yeah, he gets both in all fairness. Marisco tries to transfer, but he can't quite line up the aim. But going 1 for 1, not terrible.
Deep nade. Only a little bit of damage. Not as much as we would have been wanting. I was just kind of checking as well, you know. Pretty fast game. We got the double overtime. We've only been here for about an hour, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So it's a little wild. And it's on Inferno, which, you know, alongside Overpass, although Overpass maybe a bit deeper and a bit more nuanced, can move as the slowest map in the game, you know, and certainly in the pool at the moment. It really can be, you know, that back and forth, waiting for a late round burst. So kind of interesting that these 2 teams are not afraid to go for the fights. Majki, speaking of, looking for one. GXX, ooh, a dangerous peak. And he's still confident for it. Absolutely wild stuff from GXX here. Again, going to spot out Majki, and 3rd, 4th time of asking there, he gets a clean kill.
Numbers good for BNE. One man backside center. He's got to go for at least 1 here, and he might get the chance. He will. Beastick, 2 million to clear, too little time. Oskar will trade. And a very doable little position here. It's a 2v3, but they will get the bomb down. They will get a post-spawn set up. GXX falls. Round on, but he'll rip the header shot. Pop through. Missed shot from Oskar. And now probably dead. Gets a leg, but it's not enough. 17-16. 2.5 in favor of Sinners, but it's still pretty damn close.
Yeah, I mean, just those opening couple of rounds from Sinners as well. Incredibly dominant. Really no room for BNE to function. That one was pretty clean from them, though. So, you know, hopefully they can take that kind of energy moving into their attacking side now. But, yeah, the Sinners playing a good game. And when their rounds work, they're really, really decisive. I'm a little worried for BNE if they can't pick up this first T round. It might just be a bit too much work for them.
I'm with you. I am. This has been, it's been a little rough. I mean, for BNE in the last few, where I think when it was in the carnage and it was in that flow state of just so aggressive, so quick, you actually back them. And now the Sinners are kind of thankfully braving themselves in a little bit. Those breaks are being pumped, and that's where Sinners do at least the best work on their side. Flatcher in towards apartments. Multiple was awful. At the very least, can I say a fight here? The smoke will come down. That's going to try and give some coverage. Obviously trying to catch them crossing away, but the luxury of jumping up there for Beastick is a bold call, and it doesn't pay off.
Nice. Little awkward. Little bit awkward. We'll see then. Are they even sticking around for this, or are they just giving it? I'm a bit confused. Oscar's moving away. Oh, is it the boldest call you've ever seen, or is it just a bit too overthunk? I don't know. They're starting to move away. Oh my goodness. If this actually works, an overtime, A stack, no one on B. I mean, it looks like it might be sound. Oh, Oscar gonna find a big one. We'll scare them off. Gotta track them down now, and Oscar needs another one here. Not quite gonna happen. Scenari ready for the fights. Can't get the kill, but he at the very least, you know, stays alive. And they have hightailed it out of there, leaving that lurking presence on B, you know, worth its weight in gold, really, for B&E.
It was a ball call, and it didn't really pay out. I think actually if they hadn't have peeked into those top mid brackets, they probably would have actually had the chance there. But this one is done to Nopsy with that all. Gonna get 3 individually. Pretty brilliant. All in all, 17 apiece, and this Sinner's side now under the pressure once again. 2 rounds consecutively from one of these 2 teams needed, or they get 1 apiece. And maybe we go to a 3rd overtime, which is wild.
Yeah, would certainly be an interesting perspective. But yeah, Sinners nearly perfect from them. Maybe I think, you know, the call kind of comes in from Oscar. It felt like he was the one that moved away from B, and, you know, you could kind of see the body language of the other player that was around him. I think it might have been Magic. He was like, "You sure? I'm going." And he's like, no, go away, trust me. And I think maybe they needed a bit more stacking around mid to really make it work. But benefit of hindsight and all that good stuff. They will go back to something a bit more conventional here. Just try and make the setup work. Lovely double nade. Leaves Morisco worse for wear. 40 HP.
Yeah. Damage is good, but it's all kind of to a degree unconfirmed. Then they're going to come down, and Flasher will take a tag, and of course the molly makes some noise too, so at least information gained there. As soon as they're going to respect this, Oscar falling deeper off long as he tries to bait in a bit of a fight, hoping or at least expecting him to pop through that smoke. Shock again towards his angle. He's got to try and get 1 here. Last time out wasn't that great. Bit of damage, but again, no kill.
Majki, nice find from him. Oscar going to go down, but Majki standing strong, and he's actually lined them up there, yeah. Absolutely mental find from him. Has it given them enough to pick up this 18th round? And at the very least, secure yet another overtime. Beastick coming in from mid will be watched. It's all a question of that important timing, of course, though. And it looks like GXX just moving away. Who's going to get the drop on who? GXX onto Beastick. He's also spotted Morisco. Surely, then, has done enough here for the round. There's not a lot of time left for the low HP player. And just no presentation at all. They're not going to give him the easy fights. Down he goes to the Tech 9, and it's BNE threatening this victory.
And now that it's map point for B&E, it's a different sort of vibe when we look towards Sinners as they're playing catch up themselves, but with map on the line. This is a big thing. For the most part, it was always, you know, Sinners in a leading position, but B&E doing kind of the bulk of the work, I guess you could say. This is now very interesting. B&E on T side to try and close it out. If ever you were going to back anyone to do it, it would be here and now. Chance. Oscar with that orb. Spotted! Oh my god, how's he missed the shot though? GXX right idea, but doesn't find it. In there's a left IP. He would back the right IP of GXX, but he just lost the lines. That could have been a huge opener.
Oh, big flash. Morisco can't do anything with it though. Oh man, that was so perfect. 3, 4 of them cleanly blinded, but he just gets bested. And this might be it. Debo with the double kill to open up this B bomb site. You can see the A players, they really did not know what hit them, you know, or rather what hit their teammates. They're so far away, lacking the info. Locked in by an AWP now as well. GXX will miss a few shots, but in comes the entirety of the team. wanting to close it out here and now, and they will do just that. BNE, after an absolute barn burner on Inferno, will take it in the double overtime. 90.
As much as I think Sinners are a better team and I think they've got a better plan, I think B&E are better aimers. I think they've got much better mechanics. You know, definitely Madge get a good game, but if I'm backing anybody in swinging, raw head-to-heads, taking fights, I'm always going B&E. Doesn't matter who it is. I mean, you can even say the same thing every time you see B&E go to majors and go to RMRs and all the rest, right? They are mechanically so crisp. And we saw it. Synopsy, 33 kills for him. Senary, 28. Back on the old B&E, they were the two weakest performers for a long, long time, and they're the ones pulling out all the stops. So, yeah, I don't know. For Sinners, that was really tough. Like I said, though, I still think Sinners have a better plan about how to approach maps, and Mirage will be no different. They've just got to make sure they just don't lose a discipline, which they did massively.
Yeah, like if they've caught that in the break, you know, if that's what they've kind of talked about. But, you know, something we touched on, not a lot of timeouts from them, right? So, really is going to be an interesting change up here if they have managed to tap in and refine themselves, as it were, into the Oscar. Crisp for the first. One shot, one kill. Absolutely what he is about. But we'll move in with a pretty basic, aggressive move here. And it looks good for BNE. That flash in particular, super effective. GXX bagging 2 towards Con there. B-Stick all alone and surely not a chance, you would say. He does have a kit, but, I mean, sort of need teammates around to go for the ninja defuse, really. They've spotted him now as well. A lot of angles to check as soon as he peeks into 1. I think he's going to be peeking into 3. Scenario is all that's required. BNE, pick up that pistol.
This is maybe if things could start to go in favor of B&E again. T-side start as well for them is where B&E do their best work on a map which is heavily CT-sided. If B&E can get a strong start, we are potentially cooking. There's that first. We are going to see a force out for Sinners. They tried one in towards. Map number 1 didn't go well. So far across the tournament, we're 1-7 for CT-side force buyers off the back of lost pistols. Let's see if this one can make it 2 for 7. Or we dip in towards 1-8. B&E though, good work. A double AK. Little double Mac 10. Pop flash out that corner. What a close! He doesn't get the kill, but the Deagle will get one. Into the flames as Synopsy jumps across for another. Oh my god. But that's an AK recovered.
Kind of going crazy out here, isn't it, I suppose?
My.
Marisco. Oh, big fine from him. It's Shock as well. Over on B. Oh, B&E, big blunder from them. Just again getting caught up in the madness, but it's actually Sinners finding success around it this time. Juan Flatro could still do this. Got to get that bomb. I suppose the thing that he has sort of in his favor, only he knows where the bomb is. Oh my, Marisco just hidden away. Juan Flatro still continues, you know, in behind here, just looking for someone to come peeking. He wants a freebie before he really starts this 1v3 going. Finds the first. Relatively clean. Decent nade in. Should tag Shock up. It does indeed. Only 30 seconds to get that bomb back, though. It's not really a lot of time. And you can see it'll be a bit awkward for him. He really can only go B. Not ready for Oscar up aggressively like that. Beautiful move from Oscar. Really well read and really well found for the force buy conversion.
Yeah, 2 for 8 then across the tournament. 2 big fights that go south there. The one jumping out a window and the Deagle getting that shot. That one converting is huge, just body spamming, but connecting because of the flashbang that actually did catch the T-side players jumping out. B&E get team flash, which is kind of unfortunate. The other one is that underpass push, which also gets a kill, but not only kill the AK-47, because that gives the AK the opportunity to fight. Because Marisco, I'm right in saying, he is in the chance to win out that aim duel at range with the top mid player. So 2 big fights there for me that we lost that one for B&E. Again, this is where that kind of loose style can be slightly punishing. Oscar will just swing in to try and stop him jumping. Debo will find a trade on towards Marisco.
Yeah, lovely pickup. See if they can make it a little bit more, I suppose, is the big question here, of course. Majki making his presence known, but not really getting anything off. It's Oskar on the creep. Oh, this could be perfect. Yep, finds a clean heady. Might just beg for a little bit more. They boosted up short. No kill coming in, but, you know, really containing them in and not giving BNE that many chances. Maybe BNE are going to look to take them for themselves, however. Obviously gets aggressive, finds a key frag, but, man, alive. Some of these kills from Sinners are looking so clinical. B-stick creeping, good timing. That's the bomb. Down to just Debo, and he's tagged up heavy and finished off by Mr. Shock.
2-1 start. Sinners take a little lead, and we'll have to try and see. At the very least, though, this is not the end of the world for B&E. This round here won't really amount to anything. If they're going to bomb plant, it'd be nice, but 3-1 down, they've got to try and recover well, and they did in towards that map number 1. So at least mentally, they'll know they've got it in them to be able to bring things back in their favor. For Sinners, 2-1 is good. Kicks out that CT side well. Give themselves a bit of leeway, a bit of leg to stand on off the back of, I mean, what is really, really weird situation. Oh, he's going to get a knife. Money in the pocket, baby. He'll take it every day of the week. It's good to have cash on hand later down the line as well, especially on that CT side. So Majki, actually, as much as it's kind of cocky and all the rest, I think it's actually a good decision.
True. Yeah, true. Synopsy will take one with him on the way out, but not too much to write home about. So BNE, a pretty impressive start from them in that pistol. Really, you know, explosive and decisive, but not really converted into very much, has it? Sinners doing a very, very good job here of just keeping them down. I mean, it's sort of the way that it goes. You get reset after the pistol, not winning out any bomb plants or anything like that. Obviously, your money is not going to be great. We talk about it an awful lot. Maybe some creativity in those types of economic situations, but they keep it textbook. Ultimately concede a couple of rounds, try and keep the damage even. And now they come back with a rifle buy. Morisco, though, looking good. He's got other ideas. Crazy sort of swing forwards that they were not expecting, however, so it only results in a 1-for-1 in the end.
Good control, though. B&E will take that one. Flatro getting cheeky. Gone through the smoke, and now he's in the back lines. And now we're talking about One Flatro making a move on his own. If he can get any kill, doesn't matter where he gets it, he just drags attention to him. He's like a human flashbang here. He's going to get one. Oh my god, he's playing Trigger Discipline 2. This is huge. He just was scared about the potential return. That's the beat on open. No one's home.
Yeah, pretty nasty for BNE, actually. I think they should be able to just force a save out. Debo in particular. Yeah, definitely makes that so. So, indeed, second round secured. No real sweat off the back for BNE. Again, a very scrap-heavy, fight-heavy beginning. Gotta say as well, I'm not much of a skin guy, not much of a knife guy, but I don't what are they doing to these Dopplers, man?
I know.
They look crazy. Like, it just looks so wild.
What do you mean, the black and white one?
Yeah, and then also I think we've just seen a gamma Doppler there, and it just, like, with the lighting, it looks so, there's, like, red in it and stuff. Like, it's just a little bit messed up. A little bit messed up, guys.
Yeah, I'm not really a massive kind of skins person. I have some skins that I like myself, but I'm not splashing the cash, let's say. But there's some that I don't get. Like this might be controversial. Whenever I say, people seem to like argue with me, but like anything rust coat, like they just look awful. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least personally to me, people seem to love them, but rust coats, man, I think they are so ugly. I think actually, did Oscar have one of my tweaking? Oh no, his is just the black and white one. Again, not a huge fan of that. I feel like if I'm going to buy skins, I want to buy colors. I don't know that
He's had that black laminate for a long time as well.
A long time, yeah. Hey, it's probably gone up in value quite nicely, in all fairness.
True.
When he got it.
Probably, you know, been with him throughout the years, throughout some bigger tournaments. Debo going to clap his head off, though. Regardless of nice knife. Big find for BNE to begin with. they going to do with it, I suppose, is always the question that we are asking. They're loving this boost on the Sinners side. Find some success. Is it going to be worth it? Maybe if Debo keeps giving the fights, and you can see they're still around here. Magiki gets another. Marisco goes crazy to seal the deal. It's all onto Synopsy. He's got to get that bomb back first of all.
Well, B-Stick sees off Synopsy, and this is now looking really good. Sinners, gun rounds are going positively for them. Low buys aren't really being too expensive. We are starting to see, at the very least, a decent little showing where, for B&E, they come back into a buy, but getting to a point already, kind of at this midway point of this first half, on a T side of Mirage 2, where we're saying, if B&E can't convert the next kind of 1 or 2 gun rounds, I think this half might be already a bit of a forlorn conclusion. That might spell narrative for Mirage as a whole. This third map might be a necessity. Who knows? Who knows? Oscar, nice find. Oh, that was off for a quick one.
Start. Marisco hidden down below as well. Yeah, they're just fully distracted away by this AWP that's finding such great success. That's got that round already before it's even got going. And I don't even get that sentence out before they're all eliminated. Wow, okay. 30-second round there. That's a bit mental. Really, really solid stuff from Sinners. And B&E just cannot figure it out here on Mirage.
No, they can't. It's not looking good on their own pick as well. Has to be said that this is a bit of a dicey spot that they put themselves in. Gun rounds are looking good, like we said, and it's a tough old spot. This one probably a non-starter as well, right? So we're talking about probably, yeah, 6-2, and not a good start. Henry just gets spammed out in the smoke. Nothing you can even really do.
Stick. Well, it's actually Oscar that steals it away, but, you know, they look good from there. Match key through the smoke. Ridiculously clean here. Synopsy will take him down, but that is all we're going to get. Sinners looking good here as they move into yet another round. B&E will be able to respond back with a buy. It's certainly not a perfect buy, but, yeah, this is their pick, as you mentioned. You'd expect better things out from the T side. It is, you know, one angle to be like, oh, they sort of need to bag it. We got Dust2 coming up next. Is that as surefire a thing? Probably not. But it's also just the fact that you expect them to look a bit better, and in their own heads, they'll probably feel like, okay, this is just not us. We play better than this on Mirage usually.
Yeah. Slow starting towards ramp here as that. Make a little bit of a move. Pop Flash gonna come out there. Actually, are gonna get some texture control, but then Shock repositions one of his own through the flames. GXX goes into his demise, and this is a massacre. Oh man, another gun round being put down to literally nothing. Yeah, when Flash gets a kill here, but we're not expecting 1v5.
Certainly not. Oh, he does have the bomb. He's able to get a plant out of it, which would be nice, but nope. Oscar ready and waiting, trained on the angle. My goodness, yeah. It's really sort of sped up as well, you know, and it was maybe successful for them on Inferno. Sinner's not quite ready, but as we talked about, get that conversation going in between. Get prepared for it, get the guns up. But yeah, not really the case. It would appear, and B&E looking flat, man. And this is it. Are they sort of riding on the high a bit too much or playing a bit too confidently? Sinners look way more prepared for this style of play this time around.
They do. Out ramp though again. Shark might be under a little bit more pressure than you realise. Around the corner. That's a great reaction though. Debo gets caught.
Bomb gonna go down pretty cleanly, to be fair. Oscar with another one through the smoke now. Oh my goodness, it's really not looking too great. B&E have got to do something here. They've got decent control of CT. Maybe they can do something with that. Run boost coming in. It does get the better of B-Stick. Oscar as well, also panicked by it. It's all a bit crazy out here. Juan Platro spam down. Suneri with the AK. Takes the head of one. He's now got to find them all, however. Not a lot of time, but he just can't survive long enough. And Sinners, despite a bit of a stressful move in there, despite the low HP bars of a couple of their remaining players, they will continue stringing them together.
8-2. This is... Whew, yeah, this is tough. This is really tough. Nothing really on offer here at all. And for B&E, 2 more chances in which to do it. An ultimate round here coming up for them. I mean, already 8 isn't bad for Sinners. You'd absolutely take that every day of the week. If they get anywhere in the region of 9 or 10, I already think this is probably over before it even starts, really. And we have to look towards that map number 3, that Dust2. Again, on paper, Dust2 is such a good map for Sinners, which makes you feel like the possibility of that reverse sweep. This is, unfortunately, though, with how this series has started, this is kind of classic Sinners right now. They are a side who, no matter what it is, always seems to be a little rough, and then the reverse sweep. You kind of never can count them out. They're just a bit of a slow starting team. It's exactly the case here. They've really got to kick up the arse off the back of how badly map 1 went at times, and they look significantly better.
Nice pickup. Beast isn't necessarily needed, and look what Suneri's been able to do. Big deal here. Shock will spot that bomb, but he's getting flanked out. I think he might have been spotted a little bit himself. And there you are. BNE in for 3. We still want that 4th. I think a 9-3 half would be difficult to come back from. So we'll see for them here what they can cook up into this final round of the first half.
At the very least, that 3rd gives them the opportunity in the 4th, right? In the sense that it's going to give them a little bit of money, right? And that's what they need. They get the investment. If they had lost that one without a bomb plant, money would have been a little bit feeble. Probably 2 getting in towards AKs and armor, and the rest having a bit of struggle. Thankfully, not the case. And of course, this time, have an AWP as well as a bit of a luxury. So there's no issues with the reinvestment. Very quick play in towards a bomb, but it is a fake. The bomb isn't committed to this B-pop just yet.
Come on, Platro. Oh my goodness. I thought he was going to be the one to do something, but it's Barisco. Double through the smoke. He is dealt with. Suneri, speaking of, needs to be dealt with, and he is. Majkey with the key find. The bomb then a little stuck. Where am I going to go? Asks GXX. In behind the site. Shock. Ready and waiting for a fight to come his way. Just playing things quietly. Molotov, not for default. Oh, the bomb getting planted. It's not him to get the spam. It's actually Oscar, I guess, off the back of Shock's information that knew what was up. And he will keep them coming. 9-3 at the turn of the half. Incredibly impressive here from the Sinners. And we'll see if they're going to take us to that quick 3rd after the break. We're back in, folks. Sinners looking to keep the series alive here and, of course, keep their dreams of that Pro League spot alive. They will have a third map to get through, of course. Kicking themselves, they dropped their own map pick, especially now with how good this one is looking. Synopsy, clean round the corner. Will be traded out instantly, but the A-bomb site is the port of call. Smoke comes down. Is that enough space for them to work with? GXX, he's trying to get a bit fancy above it, but Oscar, he gets fancy through it. 3 versus 2, bomb planted. Shanari dealt with. Debo, nice find onto a couple. Oh my goodness. Can he get the clean headshot here? Oh, B-stick. It was close, but he finds the head. A bit overkill for him, little does he know. All the same, Sinners take that pistol and they will knock down this door pretty quickly.
Close. Very, very close indeed. I mean, for B&E, they couldn't be tempted into a force off the back of that. They do like them, just in the sense they made that so damn close, down to the 1v1. But it is Sinners taking double digits already, 10-3. I don't know about you, man, but this feels like the beginning of the end. This one, with the lack of investment coming through from B&E, makes me feel like it's probably a bit of a non-starter. Sinners 11-3. That's a big comeback needed from B&E, and I don't know if they have it in the locker.
Yeah, it really is as simple as that. It's been a long series, a lot of energy required for this one. So, you know, it's tough subconsciously to really get it going. Maybe you do just start to think about, okay, get that reset on Dust2.
Yeah, save
level
the
playing
mental.
field. Yeah, and I mean, it's been also an area of contention for Sinners within this very tournament. Coming into it, looking good. Maybe that's just because they'd put the work in ahead of time, you know, and caught a few teams off. Now as teams are getting more used to it, maybe their Dust2's not actually as good as they thought. Hold on. Talking over like it was, you know, going to be an easy round, but with that kill coming in, ooh, it gets a bit strange. Canary not taken down. Can GXX thread the needle here with this retrieved Deagle? Nice and calm onto the first. He just needs a headshot here. It's denied by Oscar. Who else? 18-4, this bloke. Oh my goodness, I hadn't even thought he was doing that well. 11 rounds in for Sinners, and yeah, it feels like Dust2 is just a couple rounds away.
Yeah, I think that is the case. This has been, I mean, it's been a pretty beautiful display, right? Really showcasing just how good Sinners actually are. And it's the only thing, when they didn't call that many tack pauses in that previous map, when they really lacked all that discipline, it was tough to watch because we know how good they can be. We know how good there is a side who, when they get going there, they're so damn good. Well, yeah, B&E, they've been absolutely holding their tracks here. They've got a buyout here in towards this. They lose, and it will be Sinners closing it out, more or less guaranteed. And Shock gets gifted a freebie. Debo overextends, and he doesn't even remotely look to clear left.
Scenari. Big opportunity here for him, but a tough angle. Yeah, just can't get in. B-Stick knew he was on the way. So, looking very, very good for that Sinners side. Oh, moving boost, super smooth. Banging head on window, a little harder apparently. Either way, 55 seconds left. Sinners taking their time. There's no need to rush things here. This one should be in the bag. And, oh, I was going to say with that kill, it might just be it, but GXX does eliminate the big man.
He's sick. He's going to be hurt here. Synopsy can hear both of these. He might even be able to get both as well. Swing for one. Not guns up. Synopsy swings to the both of them. Oh my god, that's a big blunder. He just didn't expect the player out via ramp. That might be the round itself. Bomb is dropped.
It's a little problematic. GXX will get another. So I think that's going to be that. Okay. I don't know. Maybe the Sinners indeed showing a bit too much respect, taking a bit too much time. 5v3, man.
Yeah.
Early. You know? Definitely should have been bagging that. But unfortunately, yeah, not the case. Not that easy.
Oh, that's tough. That is tough. That'll be that, right? At the end, Shock will get one, but it's only a consolation. Yeah, 5v3 being lost. That's where that lack of discipline creeps in once again. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But realistically, still so many rounds as that gap between these two sides. I don't think it's going to affect us that much. It's probably a little embarrassing, but nothing too damning overall. In that corner, pop flash through. And a shot, but nothing off the back of it. Shock with one of the two rifles. Four Sinners going to find the opener. Spam Synopsy through the smoke.
All right, that could have a dire effect. We'll see, man. Oskar's AK getting boosted up pretty quickly. GXX, he's got Molly in hand, not expecting it. Oh, no. Oh, no, Debo. Yeah, just too many angles to look at. It's the B players. Not going to happen. Oskar looking to end it here and now. Saneri creeping around the murder hole. Bested from the side, and that'll be 12. Oh, my goodness. Bad news, Eagles. Not their map. Not their map here on Mirage. I think it is safe to say that round really, really displaying that.
That's tough. It is. You know, you're losing to two rifles saved and a few upgraded pistols. That never should happen. 12-4. This one is going towards Dust2. No two ways about it. Look at the buyout for B&E. Scout, MP9, few upgraded pistols. No real conversation point. That's for sure. Pop shot. Doesn't quite connect. Information gained as well. Forcing us knowing there's a player out via window. But I've got to look at this, the macro sense of this map. And it's been really rough. And, you know, Dust2 up next. We talk about that. I mean, it's such a good map for Sinners. Arguably got the most reps, at least that we know of. On HLTV and B&E, big gamble they've taken here. No two ways about. Fine, match first, and this just fell. Yeah.
Yes, very possible. Another one comes round for Majki as he will try and do this all by himself. And he's going to do just that. Okay, 4K, all too easy for him. GXX in at CT, tagged up, finished off by Shock, and that will be that. Goodness gracious me. Speaking of Shocks, I think that certainly comes round as one, you know, certainly a map that falls like in the middle of the pack for both teams, but you would expect B&E to give us a bit more than that. They've just picked up the first, you know, the competition. Hello, everyone. Welcome back in. Beautifully timed tactical time out there. Maybe you caught us on camera for just a moment. A little bit of a crash, unfortunately. But we are quickly into the action, not missing any of the Counter-Strike. So there you go. You might miss some of the yappage, but no CS. And like I say, Sinner's coming in with a really nicely timed timeout for us. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. But let's look at the ramifications of where we look at in this map. Dust2 coming through. Sinners have played some of the most reps on this map since it's come out. I think of maybe any team that I know. I don't know any other teams, or if they are, they're in definitely the kind of lower echelons. They play so much Dust2. Bandits Eagles, they've played twice. Won both, in all fairness, but I don't know how much I feel that they have a chance towards this one. I think it's going to be a really, really big ask. We'll have to see. But at least for me, this is a really big opportunity for Sinners to move on towards that grand final.
Ooh. GXX. Flatten Shock. See you next round. So where do Sinners go? Oskar is that lurking party out at middle, trying to get the catch here. Synopsy walks into him. Oh my, such a dangerous fight for both of these players. Decent nade in. Actually, as much damage as I was expecting. Juan Flatro comes in quite quickly behind, but at the very least, you know, Oskar's created some space on the A site inadvertently. It will allow the bomb plant to come in, but the round win itself still up in the air. Marisco does trade one back. We need a few more of those. Great little flash comes in. Marisco keeps on getting kills, but eventually bested. Oh, he's brought it down to the 1v1, but GXX, unfortunately, too much for him in the end. As it will be the The pistol picked up by BNE.
So they've answered back, but I'm tentative about what we expect coming in towards this one. For me, I look at this Dust2 and yeah, I want to be open-minded about it, but I just have a lot of respect for how Sinners play this. This is a matchup for me where I feel like Sinners is a stark advantage. A very good Mirage. They can kickstart things well in towards this this T side, then I think maybe it might be a similar sort of story. All in all, for me, a good round for Batters Eagles to take. I need to see what they're like on the gun rounds. This is the big thing. Oskar gets a tag. Keep note of that as well. Last 2 times that I've casted Sinners on Dust2, Oskar is so reliable at getting tagged through that door. He will, especially when he gets the AWP as well, he can be legging people for 90 every single time. So, bit of a consistent factor that is going for Sinners.
Yeah, man, trying to throw it back, I suppose, and, you know, really force Valve to remove the terrace that blocks your view. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, this was a bit of a favorite of Oskar and the Mouse Sports, as they were called. You know, you blokes might know them as Mouse, but they were just Mouse Sports at one point. Synopsy. Round with the nade, does do some decent damage. Again, nothing crazy substantial quite yet. They need to eliminate another couple before it looks comfortable. Marisco with this AK up high. Oh, getting dangerous. Majki has locked in GXX as well here. He's got to fight his way out. Ceneri out from long. Drops another, but the bomb plant in the interim here. Pretty big deal. And it's the 2 scarier players, right? Marisco, who looks good with an AK. We got Oskar on that Galil with no kit available. Both CTs being split. It's kind of even, right? It doesn't feel like it's a force buy type situation. Marisco, though, got to defy the odds. Not going to happen. Ceneri's MP9 to take them both down.
Yeah. Stay live. It's a bit of a sigh of relief, I think it's safe to say. But with a bomb plot officers and the kills they've got, they could be tempted to buy back in again. As risky as it sounds, when you make rounds close like that, you have a kind of a temptation mentally to go for it. And yeah, they are going to do it. I'm not actually too surprised. There is this kind of thought process amongst the pro scene of when you make a round as close as that on a force buy, and you get another force buy with then a little bit more loss bonus, arguably a little bit better guns on kind of deck. You do mentally think, right, this time we can actually do it. That was close. Let's give it another go. So. He hates this ball. That Oskar tag. He'll be alive. He'll do a hell of a lot of damage.
Lower tunnel presence. Look, crack angle from Debo, spamming away. Give the position up ultimately. But yeah, moving in pretty slowly. You can feel, although it's a Dust2, it's a pretty tense one. You know, big fight though for Shock as Juan Facho. Cheeky push, I think, to say the least. Very cheeky indeed. Majki finds Synopsy also on a cheeky push. So BNE testing the water. What can we get away with? What does their default look like? Might as well, you know, just kind of get that active practice going rather than theory crafting. And it leaves them in a 5v3.
Damage dealt is the only positive, I think, for BNE. But a slow maneuver here. I'm trying to wait to see what even is the idea for BNE. I think potentially, if a fight goes south, they might even be tempted just to call an A save. I say that there is now a player making a move over towards the A side. And the scout potentially could be the one to try and deal the damage. The flash is good. The flash is very, very good. As Debo finds 2.
Keeps him coming. GXX in at middle, though. Big fight for him. Oh, takes a little dink through the door. It's that bomb that is the big, big difference. Got to try and recover it. 10 seconds to do it as well, Neo. Surely not enough time here. GXX. Ooh, it's tough. There is actually just gets it in. And GXX maybe bailed on the idea. Sort of halfway anyway. You're going to move towards long. Try and give that a go onto the MP9. But Shock gets the better of him. And Sinners, despite some heroics in the middle, they will just get it over the line.
Close game. It's a close game in the early points. And this is where, at the very least, I started to open the door a little bit more towards B&E. I wasn't feeling too hopeful coming through. For now, I like what I'm seeing. B&E at least keeping this competitive. That round there is unfortunate at the tail end, but have a little bit of a buy coming back through. A force in for them. It's majority pistols, one scout, though. Big risk. This is one where I don't know if I'm a big fan of this. If they're just the eco, I mean, I know they're kind of actually hovering on double eco territory, so it's a bit of a weird decision to go for. But I think maybe to a degree I can understand it. It's risky. You lose here, though. Not only Sinners tie up this game, but they probably take a lead and then start to spiral a little bit, and that's the worrying thing. When Sinners get going, they're tough to stop, as we just saw into map number 2.
Oh, beautiful pickup. Risk it with a quick kill. Loves it. Loves that fight. Out from Palm Tree. Debo hanging on the corner. Ooh, it's the 5-7 from behind that could have really, really thrown a spanner in the works, but they heard him, I think, at the very last second. Scenari alone down here. Not going to be able to deny anything, and I mean, even finding just one kill would be a heck of a thing. There you go. Spoke a bit too soon, maybe. Any more than this would be crazy. Shock flanks round, 2 for 2 now, as Sinners have picked up a bit of speed.
Okay, so in this situation now, at this 2-all standpoint with it, no real buys come through for B&E. There should be a third being put on the board, and now we can start to look at ST side, kind of delivering. Just don't make any mistakes. They should be absolutely fine, basically. But a Mac 10 as well could also farm some cash. They might want to try and send Majki in to really deliver. Lower peak and... Oh, GXX! He does get tagged, but he repeats in and gets the kill. Nade is good, but the AK is better.
Marisco looking good. Double piece for him. GXX on the scout then. Nothing he can really do, but yeah, Sinners. Solid rollout from them. Kind of an interesting, I suppose he's got a kill with it, but, you know, the scout for GXX, full spend on that is kind of strange. I guess he's probably not got money for an AWP in the next, so it's like, you know, Dust2 is pretty synonymous with the scope weapon. You kind of have to have one somewhere, so I guess he's going scout and then scout is maybe his logic. But all the same, Sinners looking good here, man. Looking very, very good indeed. You know, it's been a shaky Dust2, as we mentioned, throughout the tournament. And indeed, expecting it in this series. They've had a bit of time this morning as well. So, yeah, possibly taking a step back. Doing a few dry runs or a few chit-chats about how to improve their Dust2.
Yeah. At the very least. A kill for GXX is nice. Any more for any more would be lovely. He's looking for a gun, but... yeah, sadly that AWP isn't there anymore, mate. It is gone, so... third on the board, Sinners. The lead to work with now. The reinvestment going to come back through GXX. I think I'll probably just keep on to that scout. He seems to at least make it work. So, at the very least, we're now in a position where this is once again a very important gun round. If B&E lose it, though, then this is where things should very quickly start to barrel out of control. It's quite similar to how Mirage was. You know, tentative start where both teams kind of eyeing each other up, and then rapidly Sinners start to pull away with the lead, and now they've already got one. It could be a similar sort of story. Oskar, very quickly getting out of tunnels there. I don't know if he heard something, but kind of panicked. He runs away. The group up as they're once again going to hit out long.
No one here. No real resistance for them. Which I think, yeah, they're kind of like, surely not. Surely it's not this easy for us. But part of the B&E recipe. They're taking some short control, some mid control, spot that there's nobody around there. Again, pretty conventional role from the CT side. Usually how it goes. Contest long, contest short. Pick one. Ooh, a cheeky play from B-Stick. Thought he was maybe just going to chill in that smoke, but he went straight through it without a flash. And a freebie picked up. GXX on the scout, back end of the site, trying to tag up a few more or even find a head. But Sinners, man down, have slowed down proceedings. They eat a grenade moving in. It's just not looking all that easy to get this bomb plant.
That's all. Shocker fall, so match key. Uh-oh. Now we're in a bit of a tough spot. Needed a couple of miracle shots there and gets none of them. A couple of tags, so that is about it. Oskar will just about get out of it. If he can keep the AWP alive, that's okay. With 20 seconds to work with, he might actually be able to facilitate that. He's running away, and he won't be able to cross. He actually re-peeks back in, which probably cost him his life, but I think he's dead man regardless. AWP collected, and a flawless one for B&E. So we are far, far from done in this game, at least for now. Backside square. You have to look at this and say, again, for B&E, we spoke quite highly of Sinners, but for B&E, the other side is that they have a lot of tape on this Dust2. I'm not sure what their prep would have really looked like. I don't know if they really have all that much, but, you know, it's tough to say. There might be a chance which they know at least the protocols how Sinners like to play this. That's a freebie miss, though, by Oskar.
Dabo spamming away. Nobody on the other side of it, though. Sinner's doing a really good job of also varying things up. You know, they do seem to be maybe one step ahead in that sense, that they keep things original, keep BNE guessing. Oskar finds a cheeky one to open things up. And Flatcho pushing down short. I mean, it's a risky move up to a certain point. How, you know, deep is he going to go? Nice find. In for the second. Beautiful stuff. Really well played. Great timing from him, and confidence pays off.
Oskar making a move here. If he actually posts up looking towards mid, he might get a chance to get one for free in rotation. Actually got basically 3 playing out by mid here. He got, yeah, just park up. He might get a kill here for free. He's moving, though, which does make me feel a little uncomfortable. And Shock going to get a kill out towards B. That'll bait back a rotation, but he gets immediately traded. And as Oskar falls off the angle, he could not be caught in transition. Speaking of, Debo will fall. Oskar now starts to hightail it, but he is being flanked. And there is definitely a timer above his head here as Juan Flatcho is barreling down to stop him crossing towards site. Might catch him. Oh my god, he doesn't! Oh no! Oh, you hate to see it, but Mashki going to get both at the end there as well. Sinners, I think they get very fortunate to get that round.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Bit of luck, it felt like. Oh, that's so rough. So rough in the end. But keeping the rounds coming, and again, like I say, that sort of variation, that difficult thing, I think, is the fact that, you know, the Bad News Eagles are indeed finding little bits and pieces here and there, but Sinners seem to have a much better read on how to approach Dust2's T side at the moment.
Flatcher's nice aggro angle here, though. I don't actually hate this. But Marisco, I think he knows the tendencies, and he is holding. Oh, and as he goes towards suicide, Juan Flatcher's probably in a lot of trouble, unless timing absolutely kills Marisco here. Oh my god, it could have been worse. That literally could not have been worse. Oh, Marisco, that is brutal. Leg spotted.
Ooh, GXX. There you go. We'll convert off that information. Scenari. Mollied out. Oh my god, and just absolute melted. Did he eat a nade in there as well? I'm not entirely sure. GXX, the hero of this round at the moment for B&E. Nades on towards the site. B-Stick has yet to really cross in, but it's, yeah, given space to these short players. He was not ready for them. Shock was way back, throwing down smokes, and it's just not really worked out here. Shock going to take a big dink. You have to be careful. He's crossed in. He's not taking any of these USP shots just yet. So he might get a bomb plant. He might fake it out. He might get the drop. I think they're pretty convinced that, oh, if he'd crossed after a dink, we would have found him, but not that easy. Van Flatro was on the angle, but not going to win that one. GXX, USP out is enough. These rounds keep coming so close, so down to the wire in the end there. I can't lie. And they keep swinging either way as well.
It's actually, at the moment, kind of for me feels impossible to call. Like you said, they're so back and forth. They're so up in the air. I kind of loving what I'm seeing at the very least, in the sense that B&E are still keeping this competitive. It's already better than what I've seen at the moment. It's already better than what I've seen thus far in towards map number 2 considerably. So maybe get a competition here in towards mid. BT going to get one, surely not another. No, he won't. GXX at range at all. Singing quite loud. Molotov might just come down in time. Shot going to get out in front of it, though. The GXX should have heard that.
GXX not able to trade things back on the B-bomb site. Got to be careful. He's out with the USP here. Oh my god, what is going on? 2 players with knives out, going to run into each other. Debo on that SMG. Comes out a bit faster. He's dropped the bomb. Oh my god, what is going on, man? And now where is he, I suppose, is the big question. You know, is he pushed forwards? Is he sat on the bomb? He's actually given the bomb up. And he's just hoping for, you know, one more before it comes down to that post plant.
V2 is still doable, though. Especially with Oscar and how low he is, and Shock a missed shot. And before you know it, round on, Shock is making a move. Again, a timer back spotted, gun barrel spotted as well. Oh my god, he can't take the shot. Oh, and he's missed the shot. Oh no. Now round's on. The bomb will be collected, and it might come back to join this M4. Does he clear out? He will. Oh my god, he spotted him. It's a labored spray. And that round is one off the back of, well, a missed shot from Sinners and a missed shot from B&E. Very scrappy. And Oscar, thankfully, even though he was half HP, only takes 1 tag.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Absolutely wild round once again. Just continuing the trend of this back and forth nature, I suppose. Timeout for Sinners as well. They really need to find some consistency here, right? And stretch this lead, which they have briefly, but, you know, it never seems to stick. I think it is a big deal for them. You know, they come into this map sort of as the favorites, as the more experienced squad at this point. And yeah, the fact that BNE are able to keep it so close with some of these wilder, crazier rounds is just not a great look in their minds. And I don't know, maybe they also have a bit of an inkling. It was, you know, sort of a T-sided map when it left the pool. I think that may well be the case again as it opens up with all these, you know, mental smokes you can do. So we'll see whether that remains the case, but certainly taking some good time to figure it out. Shot going to get aggressive, and he will find that first frag.
Hello. The Eagle going to try and do something. We'll take a tag, though. Sinners already got a opener, looking for more as well. That scout, again, is still just remained a nuisance. GXX had a pretty good game thus far. It's P250 up close. It's really going to try and do the majority of the damage. Oscar's given him opportunities to fight. This is kind of risky. To scout, you don't really need to gift them these sort of invitational opportunities, let's say. Thing in the corner. Nice shot, though, with the 5-7. Now stuck in towards Pit.
Yeah, needs some support. It is on the way. GXX with the scout. Trying to help. He's not fast enough, though. He will find the head of one. If he can get us another one here, maybe we're on. Majki, though, on the edge of that smoke will take him. Debo, not ready. And he falls to Oscar's Tech 9. So 6 secure. And Sinners may well extend this lead, man. You can see money not there. And they will potentially, most likely, be up to 7. Bad News Eagles battling for just 5.
Yeah, it's probably... I mean, getting 5 is feasible, right? At the very least, it's kind of workable, but, I mean, let's be honest, if it goes towards that 8-4, I do get a little concerned. These might be a little worrying. 8-4 is one of the scorelines that, yes, works to a degree, but if it doesn't, you're in a real tough spot. Now, risk of holding for it. They get caught out this time. Swing, go. Pistol pulled out, and thankfully, the Deagle hitting some nice ones.
Yeah.
Easy round.
Easy stuff, of course. You know, they just sort of push in pretty aggressively. Throwing it away, it felt like, on the BNE side of things, wanting to get it over and done with so they can get into this gun round and, yeah, just have a bit of presence. That 5th round would be absolutely lovely. Sinners, though, yeah, broke the bank at the right moment, didn't they, really?
They did. Try and lead. Pull by back in for being at the very least. The scope for out of GXX. No scout, no AWP. These Oskar will have that advantage at range. He goes deep. Decent chunk in all fairness on towards B-Stick and Oskar. So a bit to work off. Again, they're trying to sneak their way forward. They're going to come down through that smoke and break it open. Nothing behind it offering just yet.
Oh, B-Stick. First one to spot. Clean find. On Flatcher, though, he's on the edge. Ready for another. Oh, I can't win the fight, though. Such a wild play from Sinners to try and make that work, but it does. And this looks pretty good here. Oskar holding down short from a really difficult angle to deal with. They do have a couple flashes. Oh, he's blinded up massively, and nothing he can do there. So make that flash really, really work. Majki, though, on the headshot angle, looking pretty damn good here. Got to be careful how many times he goes in for this peek. Is there any assistance from Marisco? It's not going to be needed. Lovely stuff from Majki to close things out. A run of 4 in a row there from Sinners to really solidify their lead. We're going to take a break, but Dust2 continues on the other side of this.
Making magic when they need it most.
right, here we go. We'll see if Sinners can take this one over the line. A nice bolster of rounds to work with moving into their CT side. First grand finalist going to be secured in just a few moments' time. Jenny quick in this one. The gap is monstrous in towards CT. It has been abused by B-Sticks, and Hopsy, though, holding so much information all around him. Doesn't know what to do with it. Loses his head, quite literally. Bomb going down, but they've not really done enough to give themselves a clean post-plant scenario with the best flash you've ever seen, but no kills. And it will be flawless from the Sinners.
Yeah, that's huge. That really is. You know, you've already got an 8-4 half. You started now 9. The one thing, I guess, is a bomb pot to work in MSA is just a bit of money on the board here, but with no kills behind it, you actually still do struggle to buy. It's the only issue. Are they going to force it? I think is the big question. In the previous economy, you'd always force. Nowadays, there actually is a conversation behind it. They are going to go for it, though. Triple Khalil. Synopsy for him. Yeah, Mac Tanks wants a little bit more util. This is a big round there for B&E. And a 13-4 loss on map 2. And this one still technically in that same vein. If you lose this round, it really could be on. Not only does this find 10 at that point, then they can start spiraling forward. Could get 11th. You have one gun round to try and deny it. So quickly can run away from you. And this one is a non-starter already as they're down to 2. Oh my God.
What is going on, man? Absolute madness. To be honest, Debo watching his flank. It doesn't matter for him, though. Sinners, you know, it's kind of chaotic, but they're looking good. I don't know, Bad News Eagles. Look, we're only in the early rounds, but already they are just flying in. Maybe don't have too much of a game plan for the T side and hoping that, A, they would have had enough from that first half, and 2... No, I think it would be B, wouldn't it? Not 2. Either way, they need to find themselves a really, really just individually based game, and I don't think that that's quite the most reliable thing.
Swing and a fine. Centery will take it. Can still be alive. That's how rifles to work with. They're going to barrel towards mid, in all fairness. Dangerous, but Snopsy gets a team kill. Somehow, Snopsy's making this a possibility.
Oh, shock. Big finds from him. Big finds from him. Majki, oh my goodness. Takes one. Flatro 4v2 into a 2v1. Absolute insanity. Synopsy. All alone here. Knife out. Yeah, not really the situation you want to be in. This is just carnage, you know. BNE getting bested left, right, and center, man. And I don't know. This one looks like it might just be over sooner rather than later.
11-4. It's tough. It really is for BNE. Chances are starting to rapidly slip away. Makes you think as well. Go all the way back to that Inferno. Double OT. A bit of a marathon in that one. And how things have changed rapidly since then. Majki, up down. The flash is really good, but Oscar's trade even better.
Yeah, lovely find from him. Oscar keeps him coming. Molotov down is a little bit awkward. Flash around the corner is kind of ineffective, but they will make it work. Oscar, however, keeps that man advantage, albeit slim now. Synopsy all alone, it feels like, for the game on this one. And he might be able to get the drop. The barrel spotted now. And he's looking for that last player. Where is he at? Don't rightly know. Maybe the knife out here, but there's plenty of time. They might join each other. You know, no rush. For Synopsy. He eventually takes it. Had to secure that kill. Just sort of trying to gather the information. Where is he looking? Where could he not be? You know, he's not going to be towards short, but he's in at CT. Synopsy on the long-range fight makes the AK work.
Got a chance here, at least. Right, an orb collected over towards GXX. There's still a little bit to work with here in the terms of if B&E can chain probably, I think, 2 more gun rounds together, then potentially we've got something to fall on here. This one will be a force in for Sinners, but in terms of what they can bring to the table, again, it's a little bit uncomfortable. You got 101 M4 and then a few good pistols, so all the eggs in a couple of baskets here really for Sinners, and they can't find any success. And potentially, B&E can start to cook, right? There's the, 6 for them, probably made 7 as well with a low buyout from Sinners. We're talking about actually a doable position. That's how quickly MR12 and MR13 can escape from you or actually be brought back in your favor. In all fairness, if you're going to give the weapons to anybody, you kind of back these two. Oskar and Shock have looked really good so far, but Shock is already down.
Big damage. No kills. Patient play here from the Bad News Eagles. They'll get another smoke down. That sort of rekindles their confidence. So obviously, lovely. Looked pretty good in the past couple of rounds. Madkey's still here, though, in between them. Oh, God. Clean onto 2. There you go. Yeah, take a second. That's what it's all about, guys. If you're not feeling super confident, don't rush into those sneaky trigger discipline plays. You see what happens. Secure the easy one. Beautiful stuff. And, might get away with a bit more, of course. He's definitely got himself a Galil. Unfortunate. Oskar gets to survive, though, I would say, from Madkey's antics. And that's the key thing, the AWP in the next round.
At the very least, an AWP isn't... It's not the worst thing, but it's all they're going to have to work with, in all fairness. Last couple of shots, though, with the Deagle. I'll give him his credit. Took his time, a sweet time. And decent little spot here where, like I said, for B&E, this is a good opportunity for them. This round probably not going to amount to all that much out of Sinners unless Oskar goes absolutely nuclear or some wild mistakes come through from B&E. So we're talking about probably 11-7. There's 2 gun rounds there before this one is up in the air. I'm in a position where at least I'm going to give them a bit of credit. Oskar already down as well. So that basically confirms things in this instance.
Yeah, I would think so. Any kill's going to be good, though. B-stick in at short. Obviously, a bit off more you can chew there, but either way. Marisco, open it up. And just flanked around. Synopsy going to get him caught. 11-7. Not turning any heads quite yet, are they, folks? Right? Sinners still in a decent enough position. It's just the fact that when they lost their round, their bank completely demolished.
This is it. Buy back in. If B&E can overcome this hurdle, then so much pressure is on the shoulders. What do we have to work with, though? This is one of those where for Sinners, they're still going to lead. They're still in a comfy spot. But they overfight. They can give opportunity. Centery for one, but B-stick will answer back.
Briscoe in at middle. The Molotov gives him away. The spam, yeah, might get the better of him, and it does. Bad News Eagles picking up steam here. They'll have sort of quasi-control of A, but long, always difficult if you don't have control of that area. Get the plant in for sure. Maybe just work around that. I don't know, man. Shock's not moving, so it might be a soft concede here from Sinners.
I think you're right. 3 staying alive is actually, it's reinvest territory is, I guess, the main thing, right? If you have those 3 alive and you can kind of talk about maybe trying to buy around at least MP9s into armor, a bit of util, that sort of vibe. But it is also a risk there as well, right? You lose that sort of round, and then we're talking about B&E actually being within reach and distance. Oskar. And he's not going to be cleared properly, so he will get his kill there for free. B-stick might get a chance as well. Here's the steps. And Flacho kind of spotted. Oh, but he gets wallbanged. A lot of damage dealt at the end there, which is good for Sinners, but let's be real, it doesn't matter that much. There's still so much money over towards B&E on this T side that they don't really care. Can they buy around? This is the question. It looks like they're just going to opt for a half investment. MP9s, couple of grenade pistols, and hope that basically those two rifles can do the bulk of the legwork, but B&E are making an absolute game out of this map 3.
Yeah, man, for sure. When we didn't really expect it.
Oh my god.
Debo. Is he going to go down? He is indeed. Oh, it's looking good for the CT side, at least for just a second. Scenari will trade them back, but, you know, 3v3 on a weird little buy like this from Sinners is a pretty good look. They've also still got a fair amount of presence on A, so this could collapse quite quickly. Synopsy and Scenari on the contact, moving up, trying to get this player in at car. They will. Oh, the trade is there, but it's only one. Shock remains alone. He's quite far away from the action, but definitely not out of the question.
Yeah, not at least for now. That 1v2 of how low Scenari is, it is a possibility. Still, really got to do a good job of isolating these fights, or he could do something audacious, like pushing a smoke. Might be a chance. He was being held. He could get a timing play. Swing. Oh, but Scenari just answers back in time as he looks back towards CT and catches that kill. One shot. All he needed. 11-9. Game on. 2 rounds in it. My God, what a game we have got on our hands here. Yes, a buy going to come back in. Scissors going to call for their third and final, though, of the attack pauses. And it is starting to get to a now or never slight situation. This is really, really on edge.
Yeah, I mean, very cool, right? Exactly what we wanted when we look at a game like this. You want it to come all the way down to the wire, as it should. There's a lot on the line here, and, you know, Sinners worked hard. B&E maybe taking a bit of time to warm up into Dust2. But very, very curious kind of series. You see B&E nicking away Inferno, double overtime. Quick affair from Sinners on Mirage. And the Dust2 maybe has another overtime written on this one as well.
It's kind of got that vibe about it at the very least. Just go out towards long, try to take a bit of a fight. The flash is really good. Very, very good from Oskar. Perfectly timed. Synopsy falls, and there's no ability to trade there. First time I have seen in the last however long that Sinners found an opening kill, uncontested, untraded, and they get away with it and get that ability to kind of reset.
Quieting down, though, in the mid. Majki digs for some information. He doesn't really spot anyone else out towards long. Oskar ready to go here with the AWP, and quite an aggressive angle, you know. Might not be expected. A lot of people expect you to be sat in on that corner, of course. Oh, it drops back, though. Just the worst time, I think. To be honest with you. 55 seconds left for B&E to work their way in.
Oskar posted. If Sinners go 1 for 1, the round should be theirs. Got 2 here towards the site. 1 out towards long. You can rotate in timing. They come barreling through. Ollie and flash over. Oskar, a find. Sitting in the flames. I need to drop a smoke. He still is alive. They know he's there, but he's actually trying to get out of dodge. He jumps back into the molly. Oh, that's unlucky. That really is. He thought he found a gap to escape, but it actually was to his demise.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it, but the round is still going here and definitely not over until it is over. Majki just makes it around the corner. He's lost his teammate, though. Can he work his way in? They're not going to be expecting him. Oh, Scenari with the save. Should have been the double spray down, but he's too quick for you. Oh, my goodness. Bad news Eagles work their way up to 10. And it is all to play for, man. This is craziness. Sinners will be down with no money. Probably have to concede this one. The AWP. Gonna blow away. Oh, not quite far enough for Shock, I would have thought.
I don't think. Oh, yes. No,
yeah, all right. Fair enough, fair enough. But, you know, I'm not sure if they want to buy around it or not.
11-10. 11-10. T-side B&E. Never, ever count them out. It's as simple as that. For those who were following them when they were together officially, there's always the story that you had to bring. Let's see, though. Oh my God, he spotted into a suicide. Oskar waiting for a fight there. Debo will find the first. A spawn-based peek with the AWP, but he gets it for free, and Juan Flacho catches Beastic overextending.
Nice pick up. Shock. Moving forwards. Good timing here. Yeah, gets it done with the 5-7. Could be big. Could be very, very big indeed. He gets that AK. He dips back in. He's the player with the kit as well. Meanwhile, push down mid. They reckon, you know what, it ain't going to be B, but Bad News Eagles, bit of a weird move from them, will slowly re-enter the footsteps here. Noise being made now. But it might be too little too late, to be fair. Shock nowhere near the site. Cross smoke, cleanly planted. He can't do anything to stop them getting that bomb down. And I don't know, do you want to just save from here? You know, you've got 2 AKs, you've got an AWP in the same vein. You are going to buy into the next round anyway. You've got money to do that. These are the big questions of Counter-Strike. It looks like they want to give it a go. But another cross smoke, you know, it kind of just makes your decision for you, honestly.
Yeah, and they called it. If there wasn't a second smoke there, I think they'd give it a look in. But the fact that second one comes down, B&E gone well. And he gets his head ripped off, but it doesn't really matter. B&E plenty of cash on hand for them. What a game we've got here. 11 all. Map 3 to decide who goes to the grand finals later on today. And we are being rewarded, in all fairness. An absolute barn burner. What a capitulation we're seeing, though, from Sinners. They are absolutely falling apart from what already felt like, at one point, like this game was done, and we were going to be talking about that next series already, you know, thrown to break, come back, and be underway. And now we're holding that game hostage a little bit longer. B&E going to call for their first sack pause. And if I'm right in saying, I think that's their first sack pause this series. They don't have a coach, so they haven't really needed to, but I think they just want to take a little breather.
Yeah, possible. It would make sense. A lot of pressure, man. A lot of tension. A long day already for these players. You let it all come down to this, you know, so you really do have to put your best foot forwards. It felt, honestly, coming into this T side, you know, I mentioned it at the beginning that B&E just really did not have much of a game plan.
Yeah.
And maybe 2 timeouts stacked on top of each other speaks to that as well. You know, they really have to talk it through and work it out before going into whatever kind of set round they've got planned here.
Another attack pause, though, chaining them back to back. So I don't know if this is for them really having a deep conversation or the other side, right? Just make sure they don't try and feel any pressure. So far, nothing needs to change, though, for B&E. They really have played good Counter-Strike. They really have looked very, very solid. These last few have really showcased just how good they actually can be. 8 rounds in a row. Oh my God, Oscar's found 2 off the rip.
Yeah.
Oh, they go for a little bit of a quick one and it works against them.
Yeah, he was so ready for something like that, man. Really well done from him. They do trade him, but, you know, what is it really worth? And they have so much ground to make up as well on the B&E side of things. That's the key thing, you know. Not only does he get 2, he also spots more of them. So you got, like, Madge keys in pretty deep in Longhouse. That's massive. Mid control here for Beastic as well. Pretty massive. Oh, my goodness. No way. Synopsy. 2 HP. 2 HP for Beastic. Unbelievable. No one goes down there. Could make a big difference later on. Only time will tell. Quick move up short. Plant coming round. What can they do now with this, man? Not a lot of great utility. Beastic remains on 1 HP. How is he still alive? Majki, good timing for him. It's all on to Debo. He'll eliminate Beastic, of course, with the stray nade there. Eats one of his own, however. Quick headshots not going to happen. And it's Sinners to hit 12 first, but certainly room for B&E to upset and take us to yet another overtime.
Yeah, first time. think it's like, what, 8 rounds that we've seen Sinners actually get around on the board. They have been desperately looking for this 12. They will get it. The question is now, can they do enough to close it out 13-11? Or is overtime required again the same way it was in towards map number 1? Now for Sinners, they played against Sangal. They went to OT and towards that map number 3, and they didn't, or they weren't able to convert it over the line. Hoping that's not the case, and they'd love to just completely avoid it altogether. And they are being made to work for it. So Marisco going to get the first one towards Debo. Spawn base peek again with that AWP. This time the double AWP. The first one will work well.
Just about. Oscar. Ooh, tag lands. A little bit of a spidey sense ringing. There's the hinge smoke, you know, and it is just little things like that. There's a much better replacement for that thanks to, you know, volumetric smokes in CS2. As you can see, relatively large gap above it. But maybe they wanted to go for it because they were close. I don't know. I don't want to read into it too much, but, you know, already for me, it looks like the hinge smoke is not really in place. We are tapping back in the Avangar smokes. At the very least, the simple ones rolling in. The bare bones rail smoke, as many call it. Ooh, flashes round. A little dangerous here. Marisco taking some tags. It's Oscar up close, though. And he is much more accurate with this AWP. Eventually bested. But he will just hammer this one in, it feels like. Juan Flatro and GXX, all that remain. Surely no chance for them at this point as they are looking to work their way in towards the bomb site. They've got to recover that bomb. Plant comes in. They're going to let it happen on the Sinners side of things. Oh my goodness. Gotta be careful here. Maybe too much room, but no. Majki says, this one's over. We're going grand final. And BNE will be knocked out in such a close fashion. A hard-fought Inferno to begin. A little bit of a blip on Mirage, but that Dust2 as well. Felt like it potentially could have gone their way. At the very least, an extension of play is what we were feeling. But BNE falling short at the very, very last moment.
Close but no cigar.